Hello and welcome to the Ruby System Library. Today we'll be doing a really fun DIY take and make, making paper succulents or paper cactus plants. This is a really fun craft. These actually look really cool. They're great for the home or office and can be put in as a decoration, and they last a long time. And the really neat thing about them is they do not need to be watered. So I'll show you what these look like in a picture I have. So the cool thing about these take and make paper plants, succulents, and cactus um, varieties are you can make them out of any color, you can decorate them in any way, and you can use any container to hold them in. There's just a few tips or pointers I'm going to show. I have some templates that I'm going to be providing. Template is just a piece of paper with some lines on it that you can cut out. This is a template for one of my succulents. So you can see it's got it has a lot of leaves, so it takes a little bit to cut it out, but it's not too much work. The cactus plant templates are a little easier because when you cut them out, it's really just two pieces. So I'm going to demonstrate real quickly what that looks like. Your templates, each template has a variety of plants on it. So the half of this template shows the two halves of one medium-sized cactus. I just a moment ago cut out one of the larger cactus plants, and that's what this one is. When you cut out the templates for the cactus, there's a line that runs from the top down to the middle, and on the other half, there's a line that runs from the bottom to the middle. You just, step one is to cut out the template and then cut up this line. Now, before or after you cut out the template, you can decorate it. I just drew some randomly drawn chaotic lines on it to simulate the effect of needles. You'll want to do this on both sides of both halves. And don't worry about evenly spacing these or measuring them. They're just needles on a cactus, so just put them in however you want. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Then, because this is a two-dimensional shape on a piece of paper, we're going to simulate 3 dimensions by cutting that line that's on the template from the bottom up and from the top down halfway. And you can see where I'm going with this. We're just going to join those two together. Now, sometimes when you do that, the bottom of one half does not go down all the way to meet the bottom of the other half. You can see it on this one. So when that happens, all you need to do is take a pair of scissors and cut just a little bit more on one of the halves. You don't need to do it to both of them. You can just do it to one. And then suddenly you'll be able to line them up perfectly. And then when they're lined up, what that does is it allows that one. I may have cut that a little too much. That's okay. I am going to trim the bottom of this one just a little bit. You actually don't need to trim the bottom, and you'll see why in just a moment. But I'm going to do that just to show you that it could stand up on a flat surface if you needed it to. And the cool thing about this is you don't need to glue them or tape them in any way. You can, if you're happy with what it looks like, you can apply a little bit of tape on the bottom, but you don't need to. There's only one spot that needs to be glued, and we'll get to that in a moment. But so there's my basic cactus. That's it. We just need to plant it. So now that's where some of the creativity comes in. You need a vessel to put it in. I don't want to go outside and gather up dirt and put a paper cactus in dirt, but I can use some kind of a craft sand to fill this up. I think it's better to use something like dry white rice or any color of rice, as long as it's dry. But I like to use pinto beans. I think that gives it a natural soil look. You can't really tell on this one, but if you look inside my planter, it kind of looks like rocks or an earthen colored soil. These are pinto beans. Now, we also don't want an inordinate amount of waste, so it's kind of silly to think that you have to fill up my whole planter with rice or beans or sand. That's a lot. So if you can find some kind of a filler to fill up most of this, and that's where the packaging material that you can repurpose comes into play. This air bubble is probably a little too big for this planter, but these would work good if you had the right container. I personally think newspaper works really well. Just take the newspaper and crumple it up. You don't want to get it too tight. The purpose is to just fill the volume, get some of that volume filled up. Then, and there's a little bit of trial and error in this, so use what works for you. But then get some pinto beans, dry rice, cracked sand, and any marbles would work really good. Pretty much any, well, marbles would work good, but you have to be careful because they're so heavy, it's difficult to insert the paper plant into it. But pinto beans work great. So now that I've filled up my vessel, I'm just going to add some beans. So there's my soil. I pushed down a little piece of paper that was sticking out, but there's my soil. So I have the illusion that my planter is full of something, when really it's just from here to here, that upper portion of the planter that's full of the beans. Where'd my cactus go? Then I have my cactus. So then to plant these, I really just have to insert it until it's holds up. And that's honestly it for the cactus plants. But it still looks kind of boring, so I could stop here. But one really cool thing about how to make it pop and stick out is look at what nature actually does to varieties of different cactus, and that's put a flower on the top. You can see my little one over here has a flower, and it makes it a lot more attractive looking. For the flower on the top, it's really easy to make. First, I like to find a color that contrasts with the color of the cactus. So for example, in my pre-made one, I've got a small green cactus, light green cactus, with a pink flower on the top. And the two contrast against one another, and it just looks really cool. For my purple cactus, I'm going to try and use a piece of yellow paper and put a yellow flower on the top. So my technique for this, and I'm not going to get a ruler, I don't need to measure anything. I'm just going to guesstimate about 2 inches, a 2-inch wide strip of paper. I don't really want to use the long side unless it was for a really big cactus plant. So I'm going to turn it on its side, measure in from the side 2 inches, 1.5 inches would work great. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to cut that strip of paper. And my goal is to turn this strip of paper I just cut into this accordion looking flower. There's a lot of different ways and techniques to do this. I will show you how I do it. And that is I take my strip of paper and I just fold it in half. Then I fold it in half again. And I fold it in half again. And that just gives me some guidelines. Then I undo my fold. So now I've got like a rough accordion. Now I'm going to take, you can see how it's got little squares. I take each square and I just fold it in half. And then I just alternate. Now I'm doing an accordion. I go back and forth. But those initial guidelines I made really helped me do this and keep it evenly spaced. More. This is going to be a small looking flower, but that's okay. You can experiment and make a bigger one if you want. So I have my accordion shape that I just did. I'll unfold it so you can visually see what I just did. My strip of paper, turned it into gave it accordion folds. Then I take that and I fold it in on itself. So it kind of looks like a little miniature book. Of course, when I undo that, or when I let go, it gets this V shape. So I want to somehow glue or adhere the two sides of this V together. And you don't need to use a glue gun for this. You can if you want to, but I'm just going to use a glue stick. It should be plenty strong enough to bind those two sides together. So here's my little V that it made. I applied some glue. Just let that hold that for a second. And then when when that dries and I let go, I'll have this cool fan shape on my accordion. And you can, like I said, you can do some trial and error and make a really small flower, a really big one, a small flower on a big cactus, or a big flower on a small cactus, or whatever you feel like doing. There's no right or wrong way to do it. That's still, it's just about there. Still a little weak. The bond of the glue is still a little weak, hasn't dried completely. So I want to be careful. But then when you unfold it, you get that fan shape, just like I did with this pink one. And then this is the only time where you really might want to use either a glue gun or just a little bit of white glue. You don't need a lot. If you're careful and apply it to the bottom, you can set your flower right on the top. And that's what I did with this one. That's going to take a little bit of trial and error just to get it balanced just right. So if you have a glue gun, it works great. If not, there's other ways to adhere it. But that's how I do the little flowers. They make the cactus plants really stick out, and it just gives a lot more color. For the succulents, like I said, do a cactus first if you want. They're just easy to make. The younger kids under supervision, obviously be careful with scissors, but they might be easier to do for the younger ones, or not, or anyone. But the succulents, they're really easy. They just have a lot of leaves, and so there's a lot of cutting to do. Just like the cactus plants, I kind of like to decorate them a little bit before I cut. The easiest way to do this is to grab, for the light colored paper, you can use acrylic paint and a paintbrush, and you can paint on any pattern if you want. Or if you have a marker that's going to contrast with your paper, you can mark them up with a marker, or you could use crayon, or it doesn't really matter. I'm actually going to do a little bit of experimenting and use a red marker on this pink paper. I'm just going to draw a line down the center of each of these leaves. And again, there's no real wrong way to do it. I can put some curves in here if I want, or just try to draw a straight line. But I'll do that to all of them, and then I'll cut the leaves out. And then what you want to do, and I'll deconstruct this succulent on this plant to show you. After you've cut everything out, plant it. You'll have a variety of leaves that need to be planted. Now, as you know, paper is flat and straight. Leaves naturally aren't. So this is kind of like folding ribbon. If you take your flat leaves that you just cut and just kind of twirl them a little bit, it gives it a more natural looking shape, like a leaf. So you'll want to do that to all of them, especially the bigger leaves. The bigger leaves look a lot cooler if they have a really good bend in them. But for the succulents, find the smallest leaves first, and that's going to be your starting point. And just plant it. Oops, plant it in your pinto bean soil. And then I just kind of go in a circle around that center leaf that I just planted. And you can look at an actual succulent plant for inspiration. It's essentially what it's doing. Just going to go around. As you notice, I'm not overthinking this. You just take, but you do want to try to go medium leaves, or smaller leaves first, then a ring of medium leaves, and then save your big ones for last. And when I insert the leaves into my pinto bean soil, you really only need to go down about a half an inch. It doesn't take much to hold it. This is where rice has an advantage over the pinto beans because it's a finer substrate, so it holds on to the root system or the bottom of your leaf a little bit better than the pinto bean does. I see that one fell out. I just think that the pinto beans look cooler than the rice, but certainly do whatever works for you. And I left out a medium one, so I'll put that in the middle. So this is a smaller succulent. In the take and make kit that you will get if you come by the library, I've got a variety of small, medium, and larger succulents that you can use, that you can experiment with and find one that works for you. Feel free, again, to go around your house and find containers to put these in. They're really easy to make. I suppose you could deconstruct them and store them away and only bring them out certain times of the year, but they're just a really fun office or home accent that you can put up anywhere. I think the cactus plants are just really cool. And if you have a big enough container, you can plant the cactus with the succulents, or as you saw at the beginning of my video, I had my succulent plant scooted over and I had the cactus in with it, and the two go together. So there's my take and make paper DIY succulent and plants. If you wanted to do a plant that wasn't a cactus or a succulent, just a traditional house plant, just get an idea of what those leaves look like, draw them on a piece of paper, cut them out, decorate them how you want, and plant away. I think it's a lot of fun, and enjoy. Feel free to take any pictures of your completed crafts and send them to me at the library, brad@pregosalibrary.org, or post them on the library's Facebook page. It would be fun to see what people come up with, even though you're using roughly the same templates. There are a lot of different creative ways to do this craft, and I'm excited to share it with you. And feel free to stop by and pick these take and make kits up. The library is located at 811 San Juan Street. We're right on the corner of the main highway and 8th Street. Just stop in and pick one up, or call us from the parking lot. And as long as we have some left, we'll bring one out to you curbside if you want. But thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for our DIY crafts every month. Next month, I'll be doing a DIY mini Zen garden. This is a lot of fun I've had preparing for that. So stay tuned next month for that DIY activity. And if you have any ideas about either repeating past DIY projects or any ideas for the future, just let me know. And thank you again for joining us. Have a wonderful day, and I hope you all enjoy your weekend.